All right, all right. Well, let's bring in the chat. Uh, Burner, slow down, dude. Slow down. Slow down, slow down, slow down. All right, everything sounds good. Good? Oh my God, you leave for a week and oh, this was all fucked up. So fix everything. Oh my gosh. Bill Murray, what's up? Linda, mom's home in the house. And who else is in here? I saw Dustin, burner account, T Towns, Shady, Ed. Who else? Sharon. Sharon's in. Sounds good. Burner accounts, give me a thumbs up. Oh, sweet. You are in delay. I don't have a delay on my end. It's probably you. I don't know. I can't control the internet, guys. I cannot control the internet. I don't know why there would be a delay. I'm showing like 0.1% frame lag. 1%. So Linda is in here. Pay for better internet. Who the hell's that? Pay for better internet. Rich people. Hey, I'm not Dave Dillinger. Just saying. All right, so check it out. So look at this. I'm able to finally add the chats to the screen. So what's up, Barry? Well, I got something from Barry today, and I'll show that. Look at this. They finally fixed this, and now I get to actually put the comments up on. Thank you, Restream, for fixing it. You talk and your mouth is different. Sorry. It just fucking with you. See, it's all good. It's you. It's all you. Gotta show my name, damn it. Well, I don't know what to tell you. It's not showing up. I don't know why your name's not showing up. But anyways, it's looking way better. And what a perfect night. Right? Got Kash on. The incredible Kash. That's right. Zach Rounds, I see you, man. I see you. I don't know who Facebook user is. I don't know. I don't know why it's not showing your name. I don't know. He's a puppet. Anyways. All right. All right. I'm going to turn chats off real quick. Just real quick. I'm going to turn them off real quick. All right. Got to do show. Got to do show. Right. It's been a week. And there you go. Facebook user Tint'er. Don't start with me on that shit. Don't do it. Don't do it. I'm just saying, don't do it. Anyways, all right, so let's start the show, right? Yep. Film Pros Nation. You guys go check it out. Right here, filmprosnation.com. Go check it out. And if you guys were at the WFCT conference or not, you probably saw the video. The bear, the Film Pros Tintwiz bear running around. Pretty cool. Are you going to give away a free credit check with Kash? If that's what Kash wants to do, sure. Why not? So go check it out. Film Pros Nation. Thanks for being part of the show. Don't forget, guys, Gasket Pro Tools right here. Roddy McClure. Some of the best tools out there. Hands down. I mean, there's other good tools out there. Don't get me wrong. You got all the tools that 44 Tools has. Fusion Tools. I mean, there's so many. But this guy right here makes all my custom tools for me personally. So this is it right here. Just saying. Don't forget, guys, California Tint Academy. If you or someone you know needs training, just a little bit of help, wants to just go for fun, wants to hang out, whatever, this is where you go. Go hit up Roberta, California Tint Academy, Modesto, California. Go check them out. Go check out their Facebook. Their Facebook page is on fire. Not literally, but you know what I mean. It's on fire. And then don't forget, guys, if you haven't heard of, that's right, you've been living under a rock. I think that's just the fucking saying now. If you haven't heard of Tintwiz, you've been living under a rock. The best, one and only best, hands down, CRM in the industry, Eric DeVosh. Unbelievable. Go check it out. Tintwiz.com, 30-day free trial, and join the Tintwiz community group on Facebook. Get all your questions answered right there. Tintwiz.com. Tintwiz.com. God. I don't know if anybody went to the conference last week. It was a long week for me. A very long week. Good to be home, but then again, I'm already missing like everybody. I didn't have a lot of time with everybody, and it kind of sucks, but it is what it is, right? All right. Should we start the show? Should we start the show? Like the original, like the show? I think we should start the show. Yeah, let's do it. Fuck it. It's Tuesday. Let's go. I missed the button. That's right, guys. It is Tint'er Tuesday live right here on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, and Twitch. And whoever knows, I don't know where. It could be anywhere. Gotta love it, right? My guest tonight. I love this guy. And he always gives me shit because every time I get to catch his podcast, he's always laughing, going, "How do you manage so many credit cards?" Well, I don't know. The incredible Kash. That's right, Kash. He's somewhere. I think he's in the lobby. Kash, are you there? Oh, okay, all right. See, Kash watches the show enough that he knows that when I ask if people are ready and they flip me off, but they really don't, they always just wave. Kash actually did flip me off this time. He's like doing this. I see where we're at, Kash. I see where we're at. I got you, bro. I got you. So let's do this. Kash, are you ready? Without flipping me off this time. Oh fuck! Now he's giving me the double fingers. Wow, I feel the love already. He's already been giving me shit. So without further ado, let's bring in Kash, the incredible Kash. You're such a damn it! I was like, oh shit, did I hit something wrong? You're such a bitch.
It's just not paying attention.
You're such a punk, dude. Oh my god. Oh.
I love you, bro.
I see where tonight's going. I got you. Anyway, Kash, thank you so much for being on the show. Welcome to the little show.
No, bro, I love it.
You're 2 hours ahead, I think.
Yeah, 2 hours ahead. Yeah. It's 9 o'clock here, 9:09.
All right. Well, I will try not to keep you past your bedtime. I'll try my hardest. Damn, Kash. Oh, I'm gonna get you, dude. Watch. You just what? Oh, you just wait, boy. You just wait. Anyways, welcome to the show. And
thank you.
I mean, I know who you are, but for anybody out there, why don't you give everybody a quick background of who you are, where you're at, what you're doing, and we'll kind of go from there.
Background. Let's see where I start off with. Been in the automotive industry for almost 30 years. Was mostly doing tires and wheels for most of my life. Jumped into the window tint wrap industry some years ago. Really got into it about 3 years ago, and it's been a great journey. And last year, I attended the reunion and realized there's a lot of tinters that are financially disabled. So I tried to do my own little show to kind of help out people. And I think I help a couple, but for the most part, it's just education and some is just for fun.
And I love the show because when I able to catch your show, because I can't catch everything. When I do catch a show, I listen to a lot of things that you put out there for anybody watching, and everything you say makes 100% sense. I mean, like it's there, it's all right there. It's just some people don't know how to abuse the system instead of them being abused by the system. Does that make sense?
100% put right,
We
man.
talked about
That's literally what it comes down to. And you
Right.
know how to abuse the system. I love that. Instead of getting
Yes,
abused.
I do. Yes, I do.
Hell yeah.
I will abuse the shit out of them. I don't care. All right, so let's go tinting. How's okay? Tire shop, tint shop, all one shop? Is that
Yeah.
what you're okay?
Yeah, so I have a large facility, man, honestly. So we have a capability of putting 16 cars in at one time. So
How many?
16.
Holy cow! How many bays you got?
So I have a large bay that allows me to put in 13 cars at one time. So it basically opens up to my back side, and I can bring in as many cars as I want. And then I have 3 front facing bays that is now turned into the tint, PPF, and wrap area. So it has a wall into it, so it separates that. So it's its own little shop within a shop. And then I have everything for my tires, wheels, alignment, brakes, suspension, all in the other open area.
Is it?
But we typically only bring in like 6-7 cars at a time. We don't bring in full capacity.
Gotcha. Do you find it a little? Is there any challenges of having 2 separate businesses under one like that? Is there any kind of challenges that you're facing?
Well, identity a little bit, because I'm not trying to incorporate everything into one. I'm kind of trying to do their own little corporations. To kind of, my goal is eventually to have more shops. And I'm leaning more towards the tint shops because I've been doing tires for 20 some years and kind of burn out on that side, honestly.
Sure.
I know the whole thing. I know everything, and it's just the tint side. The community is definitely 100% is where my interest is now at, because it's such a good community. I love being part of it. I love, helping out. I love just interacting. Going to these shows is now become like an addiction to how do you not attend a show, because you're always learning. Like this time I learned a whole bunch of stuff on flat glass, some new stuff on the PPF, not much on the window tint side, but I was just there to support some of the people that I know. It was cool to mess around with, the people that you normally meet or are starting to become your friend and family. So my interest is more gone to the tint side, but I still manage the tire side. I have a couple guys that really run the tire side now. I only come in, and I don't even do wheels anymore. Literally, I have customers that come up, like they talk about wheels. I'm like, hey, next window. I'm not dealing with the wheels. Tire question, they're simple. I'll help you with tires. Wheels, yeah. Next window, which is actually my little brother. He's the genius behind a lot of the specs and stuff. So he does all my ordering. So I just let him handle it. He knows more specs than I do. I did know a lot more specs before, but there's only so much you can put in his head, man. I mean, you got to stay consistent on a lot of that stuff. So tires and wheels, I still run the finances. I still pay all the bills. I still overrun my team. I just stay on top of it. Hiring, firing is still me for the most part. Now, other people do get to fire people just because they piss them off or whatever, but most of the time it's done by me, because they'll come to me and tell me, hey, this guy's not working out. Have a talk with them, give them a chance, and you get the strike 3, you're out type of deal. So we'll talk to you a couple times, and then third time, hey man, it's not working out. For the most part, I have not had any bad employees, honestly speaking. A lot of my employees are right now current customers, which I love.
Wow. Okay.
Well, they see the type of work we do, so they want their stuff taken care of right, so they come in and they're now my new customers. Oh, I love it. So my son just walked in with a drawing. I don't know if you can see that. And he wants to, he got his name on there.
There you go.
That's the little guy that you see, the little hand coming in. So
that's all right. That's all right.
You want to say hi?
We can kick you off the show and let him handle it.
I bet he'll love it.
No, it's awesome. I give you a lot of credit to be able to run 2 separate businesses under one roof like that. That's a lot to take on, and I've known you for a couple of years now, and I've seen nothing but success, and it seems like it's working. So congrats to you. I think that's awesome.
I appreciate that, man. I mean, I've ran multiple businesses before. I've had multiple chances where I ran 2 or 3 shops at one time. So I know somewhat how to do multitask. I mean, in California, at one time we had 3 shops. Before I left Cali, and here I had some years ago I had a warehouse distribution center that I ran, and I ran this shop as well at the same time. So multitasking it's not a big issue for me as long as you have the right team and right people that's working with you. That's all
Sure.
it takes down to.
Yeah. I know we had a little bit of a brief discussion in Virginia Beach, and I think that's the most that me and you've like really talked outside of like joking around and busting each other up and stuff. And I got to say, dude, and I sincerely mean this, you are one smart son of a bitch. I mean, you really are. And I don't mean son of a bitch like bad. I'm just saying like you're dude, you're smart. You're smart. You got a smart head on your shoulders, and I see nothing but the way you're going and the way we talked and in your ideas and everything like that, which I'm not going to tell everybody, but I see.
Okay.
No, I'm just saying like, well, I mean, it's not my place to say these things, but I'm just saying like our conversation, I
Right.
definitely see you like literally taking those steps like we were talking that night, and you're just going to keep going. And I really wish you nothing but the best of success because I think you're going that right direction. So
I really appreciate that. It means a lot coming from you, especially, bro. It means a lot because,
dude.
hey, man, you've seen a lot of stuff. You've talked to a lot of people. You know a lot of people, so you know how to read people. So it means a lot when somebody, like yourself, says these things, and it kind of gives me a little bit more of a pat on the back that hey, I'm doing the right thing. I'm going the right way, and hopefully I keep it going that way, and I can hopefully retire early, man. I mean, that's the goal.
Isn't that everybody's goal? That's
Hey,
everybody's
man,
goal.
I've seen some people retire at 35, and I'm already over 40, and I'm like, damn, dude, I'm behind the game. So the goal is to retire by 50. Retire means that I'm not really working. I'll work when I want to. Like I'll have fun.
Right.
I'm not gonna retire like retire. I mean, I don't know if I talked to you this or somebody else is. When I've taken vacations before, if the vacation is lasting more than a week and a half, it becomes boredom. It becomes like a nuisance. When you work 6-7 days a week, man, it's hard to just do nothing. It's cool to do nothing for a couple days, like 3-4 days, and maybe a week. That's it. Like you get bored. I mean, okay. Let me just speak for myself. I get bored if I'm not being productive, doing something. My head's not running with different ideas or how to improve certain things. It's just I get bored. I'm one of those OCD guys that like certain things, certain ways, but I like to build stuff. I like to, work on different projects and programs, and even within the shop, man. Like I'll rearrange stuff. I'll rearrange offices every 3-4 years, refresh the look. I've done it a couple times, and it's always worked out to be a positive thing.
I'm on the same level as you. I can't if I sit still for too long. I better be sleeping, or I better be dead because oh man, no way. Because I'm just like you, and I'm sure there's tons of people. I'm sure everybody in here is kind of the same way. My excuse me, my mind's just constantly trying to think of like the next thing, this and that, this and that. And I got a couple of things up my sleeve. I can't say what, but I got a couple of things up my sleeve, and I'm working with a couple of other fellas in the industry, and I mean, we'll see what happens. Anyways, I'm going to pause you real quick. I just want to give a shout out to Patrick Francisco real quick.
I was just looking at that.
Right, yeah. That guy, I tell you what, did you say when you were at Tint'er Battles, right? So you saw him at Tint'er Battles, and he looked great. He looked great, for everything he was kind of going through and everything. We're not going to have to dig deep on this, but I'm going to tell you right now, when I saw him in Virginia Beach, that dude looks like Patrick now. Like, I mean, he looks fantastic, and I'm super happy for him. But anyway, shout out Window Film Pros right here, Patrick. Thanks for the shirt, buddy. Love it. Love it.
My shirt got stolen, Patrick. I do have the same shirt, but my wife actually stole my shirt because she's like, that material is so comfortable.
It is.
That is mine. So happy wife, happy life.
Yep. Mine fits perfect, so I'm not getting rid of it. Too bad. I love it. All right. tires, tint. You're planning on expanding. You're doing all these things. And then on top of it, you're doing a weekly podcast also.
Yes.
Right?
Yes, sir.
And
well, somewhat weekly. Lately, it's kind of been missing here and there. I've taken some days, weeks off to kind of reevaluate some stuff and redo some stuff too, because some of it becomes boring. I mean, especially when you all talk about finances, a lot of it, a lot of people seem to get bored real quick because all you're talking is numbers, and all you're talking about is something that is difficult for them to achieve, and sometimes it's hard to kind of stay on that. And when you're repeating the same thing, there's different things you want to kind of put out there. So that's why I'm now rethinking how to do that and bring in some more educational guests, speakers, different things that we can offer to than just the credit part of it, or what other things you should do. The problem with some of that financial stuff is I'm talking to a lot of people that's outside the industry, like specialists. It's hard for a lot of people to come on because they're bounded by what they can say online. So like I've got I personally have life insurance, okay, which I think every single one of you guys should have that. That protects your family, especially if you got a loved one, a spouse, or children. There should be some kind of a safety net for them. Well, I wanted these guys to come in and talk to them. 3-4 times I tried to reach out and done it, and I told them it's an open podcast, man. People are gonna ask you whatever, and they're like, man, we have to be scripted. We have to be careful on what we can say because they're licensed, and their license can be jeopardized because of that. And that's the same thing with a few other financial stuff. So, it's hard to find those guests. I can speak freely because a lot of it, my stuff is off of my own personal experience. So if I can help somebody not run into those issues and skip that, jump in or get a advance on it, why not, man? And like you said, instead of being abused by the system, abuse the damn system. And that's where our game is right now. You and me, we understand that. You're abusing the hell out of the system. I'm trying to abuse it as much as I can. But, it took me years to learn that. I was being abused for so long that now you're like, no, I'm not the bitch, you are. Right. And that's what you're doing to the system. It's like, like they say, stick it to the man. And still that's literally what you're doing. You're doing it to the financial side of it. You can make these banks work for you. I love Tim Ham. Tim Ham was there, and if you ever listen to his conversation, he'll tell you how he got American Express to give him a card that says hookers and cocaine. Why? Because he did so much business, he had the numbers to back it up, and he gave him an ultimatum: either put that on there or I'm going to somebody else. Yep. And guess what they did?
Oh, they gave it to him.
They gave it to him, right?
Damn right. Damn right.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So
it's a mind game. It really is. Your credit is a mind game. If you do it right, you can benefit from everything 100% and abuse them and don't even give them a chance to get anything out of you at all. But it is a mind game. You got to do it the right way. And if you don't do it the right way, you kind of fuck yourself. And I mean, that's why people get into debt. That's why people owe thousands and thousands on credit cards, and it's going to take them 10 plus years to pay all that off because of interest and late fees and all this stuff. Stop that. There's so much easier ways to get around it, and it can absolutely benefit you. And like you said, it took you a while to figure that stuff out, and it took me a long time too. But after I started kind of learning and on my own and seeing like, oh, so you're telling me if I spend X amount of dollars, I'm going to get this, and like you start to figure out their rewards. Mm-hmm. And oh my God, you can just reap the rewards like there's no tomorrow, and that's what I'm doing. 100%. So,
bro, I mean, there's so much stuff that you can do if you just you like you said, you just kind of have to balance it out. What is real? What is management? That you can do easily, and what the biggest problem with the credit cards that you see a lot of people, they'll get a credit limit. Okay, let's say you get a $5,000 credit card. All of a sudden, now you see that I have $5,000 to spend. That's the first And what 90% of Americans do wrong is that, oh, I got $5,000 to spend.
No, you
Okay,
don't.
exactly. See, that's
No,
the
you don't.
problem. So they'll spend that without thinking, because now the card allows it to approve. And that's literally what the banks are banking on. You just going out there and spending. Same thing right now. If you refinance your house recently when the interest rates were low, you know how many offers you're gonna get to refinance with the new equity loans. You got equity in your house, refinance it. You're gonna go from a 2 point something to a 7 point something. Dude, the money on the houses and the way the houses work is that they take all the interest up front. If they give you a 30-year loan, you're paying most of the interest within the first 7 to 10 years. After that is when you're really paying the principal. A lot of people don't look at that. You got to look at that sheet they give you, that big old sheet that has everything every month down. It tells you what the principal is, what the interest is, what insurance or anything else, escrow, whatever else is in there. It's those little things. We typically don't pay attention to it. We're like, shit, I got the house I want. It's within my payments. That's all I care. What do you want me to sign? And that's where we screw our stuff up. Then we're in a hole for 30 years. And, by the time you realize you don't want to be there, or you want a nicer house, better house, you paid mostly interest. You really didn't pay that much principal. And then you're going back into the same thing again and again. I'm just a couple examples, man. Like, and a lot of it, like I said, it's personal experience, man. It's literally a lot of it. Either it happened to me, someone I know, or a family member, or whatever. It's a lot of it. That's where I'm kind of sharing my information on, and it's a lot of it is also taking some of these courses, man. I'm taking some financial stuff to literally learn how to be better financially set. So life lessons.
Yeah, same thing with me. It was all life lessons. I learned. I paid for it. I paid for it hard back in the day, but it's okay. You only live once, right?
Exactly.
You only live once.
Dean Mitchell in the house. What's up,
yeah.
Dean? He had to cut his vacation early, man. I'm sorry about that.
Oh, I saw his post, and I'm like, oh man, 4 days early, and he has to go home because of weather.
Yep.
Speaking of, all right, let's kind of switch around real quick. Let's go back to Virginia Beach because there's something I wanna get to, but let's talk about the conference a little bit. What were your thoughts? How did that go? Did you see anything different? Anything new? Did you what's your whole take of the conference as a whole?
I liked it for the most part. Now, it was my first, so I really don't have any much comparison. The only thing I can kind of compare it to was, the Tint'er battles and the reunion. SEMA, I think it's a lot like SEMA, but for the window tint, but then they have a competition in it. The only thing I didn't kind of like so much was trying to manage everything. They got a lot of stuff going on, so if you want to attend this, their seminars, you can't really attend the competition, or how they allow you to go watch the competition, especially the early competition. Those were a little bit, I already knew that they were strict about, the competitors talking with other people. I understand that's, I was having the conversation with somebody else, like, oh man, they do that because they don't want you to have an advantage if somebody else helping you from the outside. Well, that's why you're gonna, my take on that, and this is only my take, guys. You can either hate me or love me for it, is if I've networked with enough people and they're there to cheer me on and help me out, that's my earning. Why are you gonna penalize me for that? Right? Now, if somebody's out there for the first time, they don't have enough people, I feel for them. But at the same time, that gives them opportunity to see, look, hey, Kyle's got a whole bunch of people looking out for him. Avery's got a whole bunch of people looking out for them. Give you the new guy, man. Martinez. I'm bad with names, so he's local.
You're good. Yeah,
people know who I'm talking about. So he's out of Marietta, but he's making friends quick, man. Like literally, and that's networking. That's what you got to realize on those things. So I mean, my take was that I love the conference on it, honestly. I love that they have seminars, which is really good for business growth. Okay, so if you're pointing on business, Jody Knight's speech was great. The vendors, thing was great. Those are really the only two I got to see. The other ones I wasn't able to manage them, especially with that freaky storm, man. Like that, I didn't take no sweats. I didn't take no hoodie. I didn't take no jacket. And oh my God, if Brody sees this, Brody, I love you, bro. And Billy freaking Murray, I have him on recording crossing that street with that storm going on. That shit was funny as hell. It was a good time, man. At the end of it, it was a good time. And I didn't think they were actually gonna go do the report because me and Brody was gonna go pick up some she cells from the damn thing, and Billy was gonna record us, and we went this way because Avery's like, hey man, they're not really gonna go out there. They're crazy, they barely cross the street. They're gonna do that. Let's go home. So I was like, you know what? I went with them because we had a ride. And then as soon as we leave, we see them recording. I was like, shit, man, I missed my chance being doing some wild stuff. It was fun.
It's so funny because I after everybody left the dinner and everything, right after the conference was the last day, and everybody's like going back to their hotels or whatever, I was literally driving back, and I looked at Janelle and I was like, we were sitting at a stoplight, and it's literally what you would see on the news, right? The lights, trees blowing, the rain, going in like damn near horizontal, and all this. And I'm like, I sat there at the light and I was like, if I get out and do like a whole like recording of me like doing the news, like, oh, hurricane, all this stuff. She goes, yeah, let's do it. And I was like, man, fuck that. I'm not getting wet. Right? So I was like, nah, I'm too tired, screw this. And literally 10 minutes later, Brody posted that video, and I'm like, damn it, I was gonna do it.
He beat me to it.
But I'm not I think there was like two other guys that did it too. They were floating around Facebook. I was like, man, I should have done it when I had the chance, but that's all right.
Hey man, Trey messaged me saying, hey, you seen the one with the guy with the flag out there? He's like, hey, I'm gonna go do that. I just need to find a broom to do that. And then he's like, shit, I gotta go all the way around the hotel. Fuck that. The weather's too bad. I'm not doing it. I was like, go do it, man. Go do it. But
Ryan Wilcox.
A lot of people had the same idea, man.
It was Jeremy. Yeah, Jeremy did it, and that shit was hilarious. I was just like, man, everybody beat me to it, and I had that whole idea literally driving back to the hotel after the conference, and I'm like, oh well. Kind of a weird thing because the weather was supposed to be like super nice. I mean, like this thing came out of kind of nowhere in a sense. It wasn't even really aimed to hit where we were. It ended up going a little bit more south, and we caught like the tail section of it. But dude, it got a little funky. Did you see how far the waves were coming up to the beach?
Oh yeah, bro! That? Like that was crazy.
Almost. I mean, they were like literally touching the boardwalk. I mean, it was nuts.
If you seen, I think it was a Brody's video. He actually got either him or Billy actually took a video of it where it actually was hitting the boardwalk. That was crazy, bro.
Yeah, it was a wild time. So all right, conference good, everything was good. And what I was going to get to is the end was your flight home.
Oh my God!
Okay, so all right, here's the thing. All right, I fly a lot, right? I'm pretty used to flying. I've had two really really bad flights that's kind of scarred me for life, but that's all right. And when I saw your post, I was flying out the next day, and I'm just like, son of a bitch, right? And so I read it real quick, and then I scrolled away from it because I'm like, oh, that's bad juju. Just go away, right? So now that everybody's kind of home and safe and everything, like, tell everybody what happened on the way home on your flight, because this is crazy.
Okay, so this is really messed up on Delta's part, okay? Because the scary part is, so you know how you take off. You're halfway there, and then it's supposed to level out, right? So, and I've flown so much time that I'm not as frequent as you, but you've flown. Usually, just like I got one headphone in right now, I'm watching a movie, half volume, one headphone, and everything is good. So we're taking off halfway, real bad, like the engine's like, how your engine's about to be really messed up.
Yeah.
So and I had that 20 legroom seat, which is the emergency exit.
Emergency exit. The Tony seat.
The Tony seat. So I had the Tony seat right in front of me, like right across is the steward sitting facing us, because that's where they sit, you know, at the emergency or the entrance right there, the main entrance. So as soon as that happened, I look over to them, solid face. They did look at each other for a second, like a half a second, but they kept their, like, they didn't move, they didn't flinch, nothing. All it was a quick eye contact and back. Like, they were solid. So I'm looking at the engine. I can see the engine on the right. It's fine. There's nothing wrong with it. I just like, dude, what the hell? So much noise. Maybe this is an older plane. I don't know. And this is Jason, us taking off. Okay. So it levels out, and the captain goes, and you can barely hear him. And he's like, hey, we're gonna have a lot of turbulence because, you know, they're blamed it on the weather. He didn't say anything about weather or the plane being hit. He said, we're gonna have a lot of turbulence, so we're not gonna serve you. If we get a chance, we'll do some service. Okay. 10 minutes in, they pass out just the snacks, quick snacks, and they're back on their seats. The noise is so loud, I had to put both volume in, turn it all the way up. I was watching that Dracula movie that's out with John Travolta, I think it is, or who's the guy? Nicolas Cage. Sorry. So I was watching that. I watched it halfway there, and I'm watching it halfway back because my flight was only an hour and something. I had to put both my plugs in, volume all the way up. I can barely understand it, and all good. 20 minutes before we land, the captain finally announces that, hey, listen, some of y'all saw that a bird hit one of the engine. Both engines are working fine, but we're gonna do emergency landing. We're gonna go direct in. We're 20 minutes early, and at that time, I'm like, oh God, this is it. Like, I'm like freaking out. And then on the back of my head, man, like, if this is it, this is it. I can't do anything about it, right? It's not in my hand, whatever. I came to, I swear to God, not making none of this shit up. I came to a realization, if this is my time, it's my time. So I messaged my wife. Like, I'm like, she'll get in when we get closer to the crash light or whatever, right? I'm like, hopefully you don't worry. We're gonna have to make emergency landing. Pray, hopefully everything is good. A few minutes later, I can start seeing the land, and I understand all the landscape. I mean, all the landmarks and stuff. And we literally go over my house because I can see my house, like the street, the school. And I'm like, I'm texting my wife. I'm going over the house now. So like, if she get that message, she can see me, right? So I'm freaking out, bro. Like, oh my God, I'm freaking out. I'm still on some nerves on that shit right now. So we go, and they do not circle around. They don't do any maneuvers. They go straight down, land. You got 6 fire trucks right at the runway waiting for that landing. It was a decent landing. It wasn't too bad of a landing. They land. They wait us a couple minutes, and then when they get to the gate, they make us wait another minute before they open the gate. And that's, by that time, there was only one truck and a couple pickups that were following us, and they followed us all the way to the gate. So that was the shit, bro. Like, I've never had that happen, and I was scared to shits. Like, you know, and somebody says check your underwear. I kind of had to check my underwear, man. Honestly, like, I don't know. In all that craziness, make sure that I didn't really mess up my underwear. That last part is just made up.
I listen. Hearing it just gives me anxiety. Like, oh my God, dude. No.
Hey, bro, if I have the handle, the steering, that's why I like to drive everywhere. I don't like to sit in the passenger seat. I can drive like crazy, but I have the control over it. I know what the hell's going on. But when you're sitting on that, and flying is always scary for me. Takeoff and landing is always scary for me anyways. I'm always praying. I'm more close to God at that time than any other time. I'll be honest about it. Like, that's just how it is. I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. I'm a big dude, but I'm a pansy. I hate needles. I hate blood, and that shit scares me. Okay, it is what it is. Not gonna sugarcoat it. All right. So being real. But yeah, that scared the hell out of me. I just had heart to heart with my brothers, and I'm like, dude, you guys need to get your act together. You guys need to have better shit together for a family. If something happens to y'all tomorrow, you want to make sure the families are taken care of. Because I just realized my wife, she doesn't work. She's a housewife. She takes care of the kids, and she doesn't even fill her own gas. That's how crippled I got her, and that's my fault. You know, and I'm like, hey, I spoiled her too much. You need to get your thing together, because all I was thinking was like, something happened to me, what's gonna happen to her? Yes, I got the life insurance, but what was gonna happen to her? How she's gonna go out there and, other than shop, how she's gonna survive? Because that's all she knows how to do is shop, and now she knows how to drive. But what's she gonna do? So yeah, I don't know. Maybe too much sharing right there.
I tell you, no, I tell you what, guys. Listen, I've been through two really close encounter flights. Like I know I can literally understand and feel what you went through, because I've been there, and it's beyond. Words don't even describe it. Like it really, you can't. But I'm going to send you something that'll help you out the next time you fly.
Okay.
I'm going to send it to you, and it's going to seem silly, but I'm going to tell you right now, I have it every time I fly, and it makes me feel so much better. And I'm going to send one to you. I am.
Going to SEMA, so I need it before that.
Shit. Okay. I will make sure you have it before SEMA. I will. Mark my words. It seems, like I said, it seems silly, but it works. But I got
I'm gonna take your word for it, bro. I'm gonna take your word for it. I'm willing to try anything. Because I am scared to shits right now. Honestly, like flying, I am scared to shits right now. Because I'm even thinking about like, okay, the next one is in Orlando. I'll drive that shit, because I've driven to Orlando before. Because I used to have a warehouse in Orlando, and when we got the shop in Atlanta, we used to drive every weekend, like literally. So it's like a 6.5 hour drive. I know Orlando. I lived in Orlando for 2 years, so yeah. I'm like, hey, I already know the next IWFC. I'm just driving that shit down to Orlando, man. That's it. I'm not flying there.
Driving to Vegas.
I'm not driving to Vegas. No, bro. I've done a cross country. Right. I've driven from Atlanta to Sacramento, and back. No. I've done a cross country in 2019. So I done it right before the COVID. Freaking Texas alone is a day's worth of drive. That is just crazy, and you're seeing nothing but nothingness out there. So, but it is a beautiful scenery as you cross the country. The landscapes change, the housing change. It is a beautiful thing to experience. But it's not something that I wouldn't want to do on. I'm not gonna turn into a Dave Dillinger. I'm sorry, Dave. I have a friend. Yeah. I have a friend that actually. So I've been going to Vegas, SEMA, and from Sacramento to Vegas is only a 45-minute drive flight. It's an 11-hour drive, but it's a 45-minute to an hour flight. So we had one time we used to go regularly. One of my friends had a free fall for I think 5 seconds. Like 5 or 6 seconds of free fall, bro, like where they're literally going down. That fool will do anything not to fly. He will literally. I don't blame him. He's got a group of friends now that he will band with them when SEMA comes, and they will actually drive down to LA, pick up a couple guys from LA. So they're up in North Cali. They'll drive down to LA. Pick up I think 1 or 2 dudes from there, and then they'll drive back up to Vegas, and he'll make them do the whole thing, and we laugh about it. But hey, man, I now understand his shit, because I used to make fun of his shit. I used to make fun of him. Now, like, I ain't making fun of nobody. That's if they're afraid of flight, you're afraid of flying, man. That's it.
It's an experience. Let me tell you, it took me a while to get back up on the plane, and that's all right. It happens. It happens,
right?
Let's do this, because I know we're at 50 minutes. I mean, we could, me and you can sit here and talk about everything. Damn, yeah, dude, like it goes like that. But I do want to dip into one thing real quick. Is as long as you've been in the window film industry, Are you seeing a big change in the movement at all, or
Oh,
do you
hell
see
yeah.
anything that?
I've seen changes in the movement. I've seen changes in individuals. I've seen a lot more gatherness and just like sporting each other, which is what I've talked to a lot of people, and that's why I love these events. These events open you up to so much more, and you get growth so much faster because the networking, the experience, the techniques, learning. And one thing I've learned, whether it's tires or wheels, and the reason I keep on going to SEMA is, you go to SEMA or you go to IWFC or any of these events, you can kind of forecast what's going to happen, because a lot of the trends or the next thing, just because you've been tenting for 30 years and you've been using that one card, doesn't mean that you keep on doing that, because now you got so many new tools these guys are coming out with. They're these dashboard covers, these damn different cards. I still love the purple tri-edge that Eric Devash Tint'er gives away like crazy, literally a car full of them. So if you were at IWFC, you saw that, and I literally saw people like fill bags worth of it, and they still had that damn car, the little chiseler. Shout out to them. But my point is, there's growth. There's more unity. There's definitely networking that will come in handy. I personally experienced networking. I got to give a shout out to Marco, the Window 10 trainer. He's helped me out. Avery's helped me out. Jeff Walsh has helped me out. I've reached to a whole bunch of different people at different times. Brian Falk came to my shop. He's gave me some techniques. It's that I would not know these guys if I didn't go to these events, if I did not network with them. On Facebook, you can only do so much. You can only make so much noise. You can only make so many friends. Even going to Mike Powell's event, bro. Like, I was not feeling well. I made it into a family trip. It was fun. That's where I got to meet Lawrence for the first time and really hang out a little bit with them to find out who Lawrence was. You hear about Lawrence, you hear about Nipsey, but got to see Lawrence. And when Lawrence fucked up on that back window, which wasn't his fault, it just also gave me more confidence. Like, hey, if Lawrence can mess up, I can mess up, and it's okay. I love Randy, man. Randy Humphreys is my dude, man. I love this dude. The energy he brings in, the personality. He's just a real dude. Jeremy Davis, man. This guy jumps up and down crazy. I don't know why Haas gave him that big old hat, because he's not gonna let that shit die down. No, he's gonna be even more crazier with that. He really turned into Speedy Gonzalez with that hat, because Speedy Gonzalez has a big old hat. Now Jeremy Davis finally got his hat. So, it's a lot of networking, honestly, guys. Yeah. Even going to the GeoShield Summit, introduction to flag glass. It helped me a lot to understand what they put out. I had Burns on my show, and he shared a lot of knowledge, and that's what a lot of people don't understand. A lot of people think, yes, at the end of the day, it is a sticker that you're putting on, but there's so much now technology and things that go in, and you got to keep yourself educated. The dye film that you've been using for so long, you can't keep on using that film, because there's so much better product out there. Those heat lamps. Why do you need to have a heat lamp? The upsell, the education. You know how many customers still come in and they're like, man, my tint guy never gave me all this shit. He just put the shit on and that's it. Well, I'm like, well, the tint guy is screwing you and himself, because he's not giving you an option. All he's telling you is how dark you want it.
Yep.
So the education, man, that's the same thing like when the sensors came out for the tire pressure, okay? I don't know if how old the audience is, but 2000, 2001, the Ford Explorers start flipping over, and Ford blamed Firestone. Firestone blamed Ford. Ford was the bigger company, so Firestone got the hit of it. I know tires, and it wasn't the Firestone's fault. It was Ford's fault for having under inflated tire for their recommended OEM tire pressure. And that caused that tire pressure sensors to be mandated. The tire pressure system has been out before that. If you have a 95 Corvette, you had that tire pressure sensor on there. So it was out there like 6 years before that flip overs happened. A couple people died. and now shit got real. That's education. We jumped on that bandwagon education at SEMA in 2007 when it became law. September 2007, any cars made after that has to have some kind of tire pressure sensor. That was educational. I invested in a tool. I invested in the kits. We followed proper protocol. We never had a warranty issue. And we rode on that for literally 5 years and competed with the biggest dogs in the tire industry that were not following what the right procedure was to change a tire out, which meant you had to change your valve stem out. If you have a sensor, you have to service that sensor. But it was something that we'd invested early. We actually made a lot of money back on it because we made sure our customers were taken care of. But we educated the customer why this needs to be done, why they require it, why the manufacturer is going to give you the warranty on it. It's that education. And then after 2012, 2013, Discount Tire, which is one of the biggest tire chain in the United States, started jumping on that. You know, the tools got cheaper. It got easier to get those sensors. Man, I remember back in 2004, I messed up on a Mercury, a sensor, and as a dealer, it cost me $334 for one sensor to replace, and my guys messed up too. So we were in the hole for that thing. Now, I buy sensors for $19. I sell them for $100, like $4 for $100, $25, $6 markup. Not even $6, it's $5 and some change. But that's the difference, and that covers 90% of the of cars out there. That's just education that I can relate. Same thing with the tint side, man. Education. At the end of the day, guys, network, educate yourself, give your customers right information and options. Have those heat lamps, man. They make a life change. You know how the other day, after coming back, I only did 2 cars on my first day, and one of them was a ceramic XR Plus, $800 ticket. I don't need to do multiple cars.
Yeah.
My day's made with that one car. With that one car, you know. So like, if I have an $800 and then I have another $200, I made $1,000 for a day. I don't need to do multiple cars, and that kind of gave me time to recoup from this trip. But I'm just saying, you know, you can work hard or you can work smart.
Yeah. No, it all comes down to education. Educate the customers on everything that you offer and the reasons behind it, and it makes a difference. Absolutely.
And sometimes I talk too much, guys. Forgive me if I do that.
You're good, dude.
I get passionate.
Hey, you're good. You're good.
And they're like, what the fuck, this motherfucker he on here? He's going crazy on this shit. We're here for the giveaways.
Nah, yeah, that's the only reason why people watch the show. They're just like, hey, we just want a chance to win something. That's it. We don't give a fuck what Jason or his guest says. Fuck them.
I love y'all. I know most of y'all. You know, I'm fucking with them.
I know I got a bunch of people out there that don't like me. Oh well, I'm still doing my thing. All right, so let's do this real quick. Let's bring in the chatters, the chat. Since I'm able to on the show now, we'll do a quick small Q&A with Kash. No, we're not talking numbers here, Tim. Anybody got questions? Because look, Cody, I heard giveaways? Question mark. Hey, that's it.
Cody, seriously.
If anybody's got any questions or anything, or if they want to say hi to Kash, here's your chance. I'm only going to take probably the first 4 or 5 because we have to do giveaways. So there you go. Anybody. All right, one person said hello, Kash. There's one. All right, Cody said hey, boo. There's 2. All right, so now we're just down to 3. Let's go. No, I'm serious.
I trade your PPF training for a credit card help, bro. Hey, my credit card help is at no charge, guys. Anytime you want to reach out individually, hit me up, bro. Like, text message me, Facebook message me, come on the show, whatever. If you want to share, you can share. If you want to do it individually, I've done individual consultations with a couple different people. And whatever I can help you out with, I'll help you out. If I can't help you out, I'll push you towards somebody that can help you better. So my thing isn't like I know everything. I know some stuff. I do rely on other people to give me better advice. And that's, you know, something you got to learn. You're not going to know everything.
Here, this is one. How much does it really cost to get rid of an old tire? Ooh,
It's gone expensive depending on where you're at. It's anywhere from $4 to $10 a tire. So
okay.
if you're in California, you're paying close to $10 a tire. In Georgia, we're paying about $4, 4.25, 4.50. And who your carrier is, it can be like up to 6.50. Most guys, 90% of tire shops do not charge a markup on getting rid of old tires. They're just trying to cover their fee for that to be done. That is getting more regulated. So the environmental company is on everybody's ass. I forget what the exact words are. Each state has a little bit different, but there is environmental stuff that's happening. There's also talk of getting rid of all used tires being resold in the U.S. because a lot of used tires cause a lot of crashes. Because you got to realize somebody took that tire off for a reason. It may look good, but it came off for a reason.
There's a reason.
I'm just saying.
Yep.
I grew up from a used tire shop. Just to let you know. I don't do them anymore, but I've learned my lessons.
Scott, what do you mean by abuse the system? Oh, we can. There's like a whole nother hour on this.
We can spend 2 hours on this. Jason's got a
Oh
lot
my
of tips
God.
and tricks on it. I've got a lot of tips and tricks on it. So give you an example, quick example. My American Express alone for the business pays for all my father's travel. Okay, anywhere in the country, even overseas. And he usually travels at least a couple times a year. Don't pay a penny. Guess who pays that? All the points for American Express. Clear, you pay $179. Well, if you got American Express, they pay the $179. Delta, you get $200 in baggage fees if you choose Delta as your flight, or you can have Southwest or whoever. I checked the bag in because I won that knife thing from Tint'er for Cause, and I want to make sure my blades came with it, so I checked that bag in. I didn't have to. I checked it in. I paid $30. American Express reimbursed me my $30 because I'm within $200 for the year. Just quick things. These gift cards that I gave away the other night, these are from American Express. I'm not really paying for these. I am paying for them, but I'm not really paying for them. But I share the wealth with the community.
Yeah.
So
it's
that's some of the things. All the Nikes I buy with my credit card gift cards.
There's absolutely ways to abuse the system. Absolutely. You just got to know how to do it.
Yep.
I've got my own method and it's working absolutely flawlessly. So I'm not going to change it. I will not. Excuse me. Let's see here. Dustin says, what side of your business is easier to cross-sell, tire to tint or tint to tire? That's a good question.
Okay, so tint is not a necessity. Tire is a necessity. That's the easiest way to put it. You need tires to go around. Tint is for your comfort and for your looks. So it's a luxury item, just like my wheels. My wheels are my luxury item. I can sell you because it makes you look good, or it can give you, if you got a skinny tire and you go wider tire, give you better handle on the road. So there are upsell points to it and benefits from it, just like tint, ceramic, and all that stuff. But cross-selling, for the most part, it's not that hard, but like I said, tires is a necessity. You need tires to get your ass from point A to point B. You don't need tint to get from A to B. That's if you just want to be in style or you want to be, protected better.
Let's see. I think it's Eric. Do they recycle the old tires, like shred and melt the rubber?
Yes, that is the biggest thing that's happening for the most part, is that you see a lot of these playgrounds, those rubbery playgrounds, even at McDonald's and stuff. That's old tires that shredded down and they recycled it.
Nice.
That's becoming more and more popular in a lot of different things. But yeah, they use it in multiple different things. But that is the biggest thing that gets used, is those playgrounds and stuff that's happening at schools, McDonald's, and a whole bunch of other stuff.
What's the highest credit score one can get?
Depending on what credit agency you're going with, but the averagely is 850 is the highest you can get on it. Some credit cards will report up to 900, but it's just 800 just blown up. But 850 is the credit score. 780 above is your really good. 740 up is your good. 680 is your okay. Under 680 you're fucked.
Just straight out of the gate. Just you're fucked. All right, fair enough. Is there really a big difference in tire brands?
Is there a difference in ceramic and diaphragm?
There you go. You get what
Basic
you
diaphragm or XR Plus or the Chinese die. Chinese tire and Michelin. There's your comparison.
You get what you pay for.
Exactly.
Absolutely. Let's see. Have you received any credit card chargeback as a small business owner?
Oh, hell yeah. And we have a solid process on not to do that. In the last 5 years, I've probably had 2 attempts, both not successful. If you do your shit right, you cover your ass right, you know how to do those, you will not get chargebacks. And you can fight them easily. There's a simple process. A lot of people just don't pay attention to the reading of the material, what the chargeback request. Now, if you're doing a shady business, then you're fucked. But if you're doing it right and you provided the right service and you did what you're supposed to and you made sure the credit card wasn't fake, you checked ID, yeah, you can even fight all of that. Up to extent.
All right, I got last one, and that is Tim. Do you have a full mechanic on site for parts that need replaced to save tire wear?
We have a full alignment and suspension guy, so that's related to tires. Yes, we will change almost everything that's related to it. Like I said, almost, depending on some cars. I'm not doing a lot of the push bearings. I do pre-built bearings just because the headache and warranties are so much easier to deal with. But yeah, well, if your suspension is fucked up or your tie rods or anything like that, yeah, my guy does that. We have Hunter Elite top of the line equipment. It's $110,000 full machine. We also have inspection. If you saw my Facebook about a year and a half, 2 years ago, I was in a hole. We literally put inspection station in like you have at the dealership. As soon as you drive in, we get a readout of your alignment and your thread wear on all your tires. And it takes a 360 picture of your car.
There you go. Too easy. Excuse me. Too easy. All right. Should we do some giveaways now?
Hell yeah, man.
That's the only reason why people are. That's the only reason why people are here. All right, so let's just do this. Let's see how fast we can get this done. Cash, we'll just do 3 questions. I want you to come up with something that you mentioned in the podcast, and the first person to get that right. Oh yeah, you got to work on my show. First person to get that right will win a little something from me. And whenever you're ready, Cash, go for it.
I've said this multiple times. My show, in person, on this show. When did I start going to SEMA?
There you go. When did he start going to SEMA, guys?
What year?
Let's go. Let's go. Who's going to get it? Let me know when you see it.
I'll let you know.
Okay.
I know this part of the game.
You have to work too, damn it.
Trip Turner, 98.
Trip Turner got it, 98.
That's probably because he was my roommate at damn IWFC.
Cheater. What a cheater.
He's probably heard me say that so many damn times. He's like, damn it, 98.
All right, Trip, you can't win anymore. You're done for the night. You're done. Cash, let's go with number the second question. Go for it.
Second question.
Yes, sir.
That was an easy one. What can it be that's not too hard for these guys? Well, I just mentioned it. What equipment do I have?
What equipment?
For the alignment. What brand?
Oh, what brand is the equipment for the alignment? There you go.
Yep.
Fair enough. And he just said this like 5 minutes
Literally
ago.
2 minutes ago. Trip Turner, you can't play, and that's not the right answer anyways.
Yeah, Trip, stop. Stop it.
All right, Scott got it. Hunter.
Scott gets it. All right, Cash. Last one. Go for it. Harbor Freight.
Damn it, that's my stools. That's not my.
I wouldn't even trust them with the stool to sit on to do window tint.
Oh, man, their new stool that they have, the icon is pretty sweet. I do like that one. I gotta say, I do shop at Harbor Freight for certain things, but not for a lot. But I'll give Harbor Freight what they do.
Sure.
All right, one other last question. Let's see.
Yes, sir.
When did I start doing tinting officially? I said this earlier.
Oh, there you go. When did Cash start window tinting?
Officially. I said that.
Officially.
Yep.
You said it like 2 or 3 times, I think.
Yep.
Whenever you see it, you tell me.
I'll let you know.
Our screens are going to show up a little different.
Yeah, that's all good. I haven't had no lag. I felt really good. Dustin Tintman gets it.
Dustin
Gonzalez. Yep.
Dustin gets it. Cool. Done. Giveaway's done. Someone said the back window paint guns are top notch. The back window paint guns are top notch. I have no idea.
I don't know either. He might be talking about.
He's probably talking about Harbor Freight stuff.
Yeah, I'm thinking.
Yeah. Dustin, don't worry about what year it was. You got it right. He's like, well, what year was it? Who cares? You got it right.
We're in 2023. 23 years ago was 2020, Dustin. It's simple math, man. Yeah, you do need help on that financial. Hit me up, bro. We'll get you straight.
You need help with numbers. Oh, my gosh. All right, so I'm going to turn the chats off real quick. Don't worry, guys. I'm going to bring you back in here in a minute. But Cash, something I like doing because I think everybody's got something good to say, and I always give someone a chance to leave a legacy, a part of themselves for the show, for anybody to catch later on from here on out. So if you've got any advice, tips, tricks, anything you want to put out there, now's your chance.
Couple of things. I'll keep it very simple. Guys, you're going to make mistakes. Make the damn mistakes, move on. Don't hold on to it. A lot of people sit on it, stress about it. It is what it is. One thing as a business owner I've learned is you're going to make mistakes. It's part of what you are, and it's a growing process. Make it, move on, get to the next thing. You'll grow from it, and you'll learn from it. Second, don't stop learning. Keep on growing, network, learn, attend these seminars, attend these conventions. Whatever you put out there, in the long run, you're going to make tenfolds or more from it. Don't look at the short income. Look for the long term. And then lastly, on financials, do not, if you fall behind and you're in collections, don't ignore those suckers. Make deals. Try not to go through consultation companies. They just rip you off. A lot of the stuff you can do it simply. Just start with a spreadsheet, write your shit down, go from the smallest balance to the highest balance, pay that shit out, work out a deals, get your credit back up. And once you have your credit back up, you can rock this world and you can abuse the system instead of being abused. Stop getting abused. That's it.
100%. No, 100%. Learn from your mistakes because we all make mistakes. We're only human. That's it.
100%.
Absolutely. Yep. Well, Cash, dude, hey, listen, I totally appreciate you being on the show. I know it's late. I know you got things to do. I would love to have a phone call with you sometime in the near future because I think there's a lot that me and you can share because I got some ideas too. So one time when it kind of slows down business-wise, we'll talk.
I know what time it is. Bye.
Bye. Oh, he tried to beat me. Get the fuck off my show. Nice try, Cash. Nice try. Nice try. All right, I'm going to bring the chats in real quick. All right, so here's the thing, guys. My friend Barry Johnson, if you guys don't know Barry Johnson, he was on the show a few weeks ago and made a first official announcement of his new tool that he came out with. Now, he was so kind and gracious to send me a set to have show carry with me whenever I go places and show this tool to people. Now, these are for Teslas. Y'all, if you're window tinters, you should know Teslas. You got to trick the door up, and then if you don't put the window back down, you try to shut it, it scuffs that trim. Right? You're out hundreds of dollars. So Barry came up with something, and I've got this whole set right here. So I don't want to drop them. Right here, it's called the Trickster. It's a whole set. These things are fantastic. They're 3D printed. They're sturdy. They're tough. And this is what's cool. This one, and he's got everything labeled. Everything's labeled for which model, which side of the vehicle, everything. I can't read that one. Not in this lighting. Let's see here. I think this was the Model Y or the Model X. Oh, this is Model Y. So as you see, look, he's got them all labeled, Model Y, and if the camera can catch it, he puts right or left. So driver's side, passenger side, right? This thing right here, catch it in the camera. You can see that. All right, this part here goes in the latch, right? Tricks the window up. This piece right here hits right on the latch, on the door frame. So in the door, it's the door frame. It keeps it out. Okay. This right here will save your guys' ass 100%. Now, he doesn't have a website yet. They're still working on it. Go message him on Facebook and get a set. Because even if you do one Tesla and you don't fuck up the trim, this was worth the money. Those trims are not cheap. They're not cheap. Don't be a victim, okay? Because even though in your head, someone's going to come by and shut the door. I mean, unless you work alone, but you just never know. Go get the whole set. Barry, I thank you so much for this whole set. It's going to go in my toolbox, and it's going to go everywhere with me. And anywhere I'm at and someone's working on Tesla, I'm going to pull these damn things out and go, you guys are doing it wrong. So go get a set. They're called the Trickster. Barry Johnson on Facebook. Get a set. It'll save your ass. 100%. Also, he's got videos on his TikTok and I believe Instagram of how they're used and everything like that. So go get a set. Thank you, Barry, so much for the set that you sent me, and I'm gonna blast the thing like there's no tomorrow. So there you go. Again, thanks for Kash for being on, the incredible Kash. You guys check out his podcast. I think he does his on Monday nights on his YouTube and Facebook, I believe. So go check it out. If you guys got any questions credit wise, go message go message Kash. Gosh, you can't even say that 5 times fast. There you go. So Kash, thanks for being on the show tonight. I'm going to turn the chats off. Maybe. I keep hitting the wrong damn button, but there he goes. Next week, I'm behind. I'll be honest, I'm behind. I was gone all week last week at the event, so I'm a little behind. And I caught Kash at the event, and I was like, dude, you want to be on the show this Tuesday? He's like, hell yeah. And I'm like, done. Cool, let's do it. All right. So if anybody's up for being on the show, send me a message. Be on the show. Have some fun. I'm just saying. Get kicked off. It's fun. it's fun. On that note, that's it for tonight. Hope you guys have a great rest of the week. And yeah, we'll be here live next week. YouTube, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Twitch. Man, I said it wrong. Anyways, you guys have a great week. I'll catch you on the fly. See ya.